Hi there, folks. So this is the first video in a series that I'm going to be doing, based on the Sacred Woundings deck. All right, so I love this deck, and thank you to Kelly, Divine Empress 333, for being the one who I first saw using this deck, and really actually not just using it, but to the point where, it resonated with me and so many others as something useful to focus on in my journey, but also what I see as everyone's journey for anyone who is seeking to heal wounds of the past, traumas of the past, behaviors that we're not aware of that are holding us back. Anyone who is becoming can benefit from this deck and the accompanying book, which I also have. If you're interested in buying it, I encourage it. The Reckoning Co. The deck is on Etsy. The book is on Amazon. Hey, I mean, really, I love it. It is a tool I use daily now for journal prompts. All right, so for myself and sometimes for clients too. So let's see. Let's go with what the collective needs to address today. And I'm sorry if you can hear the chaos in the background. It's just happiness, actually. Ooh, we got two wounds here. So need someone out there, many someones, need to address a cynicism wound. Shows up as deep distrust towards others. I would even say towards yourselves. Often mixed with disillusionment, disappointment, may manifest as believing people are mostly self-serving or the world is flawed, leading to detachment, fear of vulnerability, and difficulty forming close relationships. Absolutely. This manifests as like trust issues as well, right? So you're unable to build deep bonds that grow and last due to cynicism, like things like limiting beliefs that you might hear are that's like happiness, right? Limiting beliefs that you might hear within your own inner critic's voice, right, are it's too good to be true, or they are too good to be true, or this won't last, or all things end, or all people leave. Those are cynicism wounds. And the other one I hear Spirit wants to address today, interesting here, disconnect between spiritual and social. All right, shows up as isolation or feeling out of sync, where your spiritual path and social life don't align. You may struggle to find support or like-minded people, leading to loneliness, confusion, or a sense of not fully belonging. This is one I will fully admit to having experienced almost all of last year, until I started meeting like-minded people and forming new bonds, new friendships, realizing that, absolutely, I am capable, as are you, of tuning into that beautiful thread that ties all of us together. You just need, think about it. There's so much joy in this house, and one of them is coming up the stairs right now. This is Daisy. She's my little hardcore lab. She missed me. We were apart for a whole 5 minutes. All right. She does not have a cynicism wound. I can tell you that. All right. So listen. So what I was trying to say was thinking about life, right, as a grid almost, right? So like a map, right? So you have your horizontal axes, the lines, right? And there's low ones and there's higher ones, right? You were somewhere along that one of those threads, right? If you're on a higher level thread, you can't associate with people on even higher ones or lower ones. You're kind of searching, right? And you're searching. That's part of what you have to do. Searching for the axes that you are on. You may not know, right? Like cognitively, consciously, you may not know what line that is, but through experimentation and through listening to your inner compass, your body will know. You will feel, instead of drained by people so for instance, when you meet people on a lower, I'll call it thread, okay? Lower thread, you will feel tired afterwards. You'll feel drained. You will feel almost like your energy needs a recharge, like your battery, right? Now, when you're with people that are higher than you might feel a little bit insecure, a little bit intimidated, shy, vulnerable. When you meet people who are on the same thread as you will feel at home in your body. You will feel care. You will feel more yourself than you do when you're alone, believe it or not. And that is how I learned to heal my spiritual and social disconnect. It might work for you, but we are going to find out from Spirit what Spirit recommends. If you have this cynicism wound, hey, I can see them overlapping, right? Can't you? Cynicism wound, it can lead to a disconnect between your social life and your spiritual life, because you're like, I'm ascending, bitch. Like, I'm too busy to talk to you. I am healing. I'm in the, like that gone fishing sign. I've gone healing. That's kind of where I was at for a long time. And no, there was no shade towards anyone else, but it was like, listen, I really need to work on myself first, and then when I figure out where I am, then I'll know how to meet my people. And yeah, you may lose people through your life. We all grow and change. Things happen. And you may eventually reconnect with them, right? The paths might unite again. All is not lost. I love this advice right now. This came crossed. So the Five of Swords came crossed. So you don't like conflict, right? So you tend to avoid. This is for you, if you resonate, okay? You tend to avoid. What is Spirit saying? A little bit of detox from social media. Oh, sorry. Wow, that was crazy. That was wild. I am sorry about that. That's not happened to me before, actually. I'm not one of those people that loses their phone like that. It's on a stand. So you may need to detox from your social media habits right now and work on different forms of communication. 8 of Wands. Real life communication, perhaps, phone calls, maybe even write a letter. Communicate with your spiritual team. Communicate with yourself. Use a reflection journal. There's many different ways of communicating that will allow you to avoid this. You are really worried about conflict. You might be like, you might really think there's no one out there who resonates on your thread, right? At your level. That's your cynicism wound speaking. But that's not true. There are small steps you can take, like this Page of Cups. I see the 2 of Cups behind it. Yeah, and the Ace of Swords behind that. There are small steps that you can take right now, okay, to find your tribe, right? Your pack, There's so many different ways we talk about that. Your people who sync with you. Maybe you just need to look in places you haven't looked yet. Page of Cups is about small offerings of love, right? Small offerings of friendship. Start small, right? Small check-ins. Join group chats. Join groups. Read more. Listen to, well, you're already on probably YouTube if you're checking this, or TikTok. I want to see, because I have this really interesting feeling inside of me that, and that's spirit speaking, that there's something that's occurred in your romantic life that might have facilitated this this inner journey that you've been on to try to heal your cynicism wound. Yes, there is an inner journey. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Healing. And guess what you're healing? This is you healing your spiritual and social disconnect wound. Finding real friends. Maybe something happened with one of your friends and you felt that loss of loyalty and you're healing from that situation. Perhaps. Spirit, can you show me what my collective has recently gone through that has led to triggering of this wound? What's this one? I'm going to say there was a ending to or disconnect between some sort of long-term relationship that felt like the loss of family almost to you. You know, that's really hard. I'm not going to take that away from you. You take all the time you need to heal. Maybe that has led to you feeling like you're never going to try again. You know, what's the point? But there is a point. So Spirit, what are some of the steps, some more steps that my collective can take if they are resonating with this message so far in healing that wound? So the wound of abandonment, the wound of rejection, the wound of something not working out, right? A relationship not working out, a family dynamic not working out, something that you thought would be forever, 10 of Pentacles not working out. That's where you're at right now. And I see you ghosting that reality, dwelling in the past. And you're ghosting the reality that that's the past, not the present, okay? So you need to allow the wheel of life to turn, because it always does. Life always continues after grief, I shouldn't even say that. After the event that caused grief, life continues. The grief lasts, right? I know that. That is difficult to get over, but you are fully capable. You're more than fully capable. However, you are currently replaying that with the 8 of Swords in your head. You're causing your own demise. You're actually creating the energetic cord. It's like, usually people talk about an energetic cord between you and another person. This is like an entity, right? Almost like a negative entity that you are creating by replaying the events that led to the breakdown in your last relationship, whether it was friend, marriage, other long-term commitment relationship, or family dynamic. You are thinking heavily about that family dynamic that you had, that 10 of Pentacles, and how there was some sort of deception that led to 7 of Swords, that led to the fall, right? The breakdown. And I see the Four of Cups at the back, which I believe is reflective of your mindset right now. But that Knight of Wands, that passion, that fire that jolts you awake, right? And asks you to go towards your dream, because your dream is very much alive. This is like your life force. You know, I know people give the Knight of Wands a bad name because it's often like player energy, but this is actually also that drive that pushes you to pursue your goals, your dreams, your wishes, your hopes. You know, act on them, act towards them. Spirit's saying, sure, things got messed up, but get out of bed. For those of you who are apparently still in bed watching this, get out of bed, jumpstart your day. It's coming. That comes from within. That love for self is what needs to push you now, okay? And cynicism holds you down, keeps you in bed. I don't know who this message is for, so please let me know if it resonates. I'm trying this out. New series, new way of being, new year, right? I am in Aries. I'm always trying new things out. You're just going to be like, okay, what is she doing now? Well, currently, I'll tell you, I am pursuing my master's in business administration. I am a life coach. I am starting a pilot podcast with some soccer-minded folks like myself. If you are curious, that'll be launching in a few months. And we're taping the first few episodes next week. So you have an Ace of Cups coming towards you. And I think that is where I'm going to leave this message. Believe in yourself. Okay, take care. Bye.